Hello everybody! So today I'm going to be doing a get ready with me Valentine's Day inspired look. Ooh la la! So I'm going to get straight into it and use my Too Faced Primed and Poreless Pressed Powder. And I'm just going to use the little applicator that it comes with and just put that all over my skin because it makes it really nice and soft. And is just a really good base for putting your foundation and all your other makeup onto, and I find it helps make your makeup last. Also, if you're wondering why I'm boogieing, I am doing this while listening to music, because listening to music and doing makeup is so good. Man, I've got some good moods. Next I'm going in with my Australis Conceal Correct 4-in-1. And I'm just going to use the green to put around areas on my face that are red, especially around my nose, any blemishes I might have, just to help neutralize out the redness on my face. Then with the same correct concealer, I'm going to use the lilac colour and put that underneath my eyes to brighten the area. After patting that into my skin, I'm going to grab my XO Beauty flat top brush and just buff that into the skin, just so it's a lot easier for when I put my foundation on top. Then I'm going to be going in with my favourite foundation, NARS Sheer Glow in the colour Fiji. And I'm going to put that straight onto my skin using my finger, just getting it in all the different areas so it's ready for my brush to then blend out. Going in with that same flat top brush and just buffing that into the skin, going around in circular motions and really just blending that in everywhere so there are no patchy spots whatsoever. No patchies. Now going in with my newest purchase, the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the colour Custard. I ordered this off Mecca one afternoon and it arrived early the next morning. I was so impressed with Mecca. That was the fastest shipping ever. Just with a paddle brush, dabbing that underneath my under eye area. Then just using that also to go in around my nose and in areas where I tend to have a bit of redness or blemishes, just to help conceal them. Using your finger is a great way to blend out the concealer because the warmth in your finger really helps to blend it into your foundation. Now I'm just using the Too Faced Born This Way setting powder under my eye with the XO Beauty Tulip brush and just patting that under my eye to set my concealer. And with that same Too Faced powder, I'm just going to get a tiny little bit and just dab it all over my face just to help set all my foundation in and make it last longer throughout the day. Brushing out the hairs on my eyebrows and then going in with Benefit Brow in shade 2 and just using the little brush and outlining my brows to get the shape I want, and then I'll fill them in with more of the gel colour. Ooh, the lighting changed. Don't know what happened there, but going in with Gimme Brow in the shade 1 and just putting that all over my brows just to give them a more fuller look and colour to them. Now going in with MAC Studio Fix in the shade NC25 and just patting that all over my skin. Then going to use Too Faced Shadow Insurance to prime my eyelids. Just before I put my eyeshadow on, it makes it last longer and I find the colours go on a lot nicer with it too. Just using a paddle, the little end on my paddle brush, just to spread that all over my eyelids. Going in with a right angled XO Beauty eyeshadow brush, I'm going to be using I Believe in Pink, the palette from the Too Faced Best Year Ever Christmas set. And I'm going to be first going in with the colour Snow Girl, and I'm going to put that all over me lids. Then with the same brush, going in with the colour Mink Pink, and I'm going to be putting that all over my crease and just below that on the lower lid. Just patting that on and smoothing it out. It's a really pretty soft pink colour. I really like it. Then with the round eye brush, I'm going in with that brown colour Spoiled Rotten, and I'm really just putting that all over the crease. Then I'm going in with the pink sparkly colour called Pink Christmas, and I'm going to be applying that just on the lower lid. Using a patting motion all over the lid just to pack that colour on, because I want it quite pigmented, that colour, to come out really cute and sparkly. Then with a really nice thin crease brush, I'm going to go back in with that Spoiled Rotten brown colour, and I'm just using it to help really define my crease line. This time I'm going to be going in with my favourite palette, Too Faced Chocolate Bar, because it smells so good and you can actually eat it, so nice. But going in with that brown colour called Semi Sweet and just sweeping that through my crease. Because it's an even darker brown, I just wanted that to help make my crease stand out. Now going back to the I Believe in Pink palette and using the dark purpley shimmery colour called Wish For It. And I'm using a angled brush, and I'm just kind of patting it on the outer corners of my eyelid. Wish we could turn back time to the good old days. Now the colour isn't going on as dark as I wanted the outer corner to be, so I'm using a pencil brush, which is a finer pointer brush, and using that same dark colour and making a line as if I was going to put on like eyeliner. So just making a line going from the top corner and bringing it down to make like a long triangle. Almost like you're making a flick with your eyeliner. Then going back with the right angle brush and just kind of buffing out the darker colour to blend it in a little bit more so it's not as harsh. And I'm just going backwards and forwards with the pencil and then the right angled brush just to get the desired look I want. Then bringing that darker colour also underneath my bottom lash line. Then doing that same process just on the other eye this time. Then I go back in with that thin crease brush and using that semi-sweet brown colour, the darker one from the Chocolate Bar palette, and just putting back in the crease just to help define it even more. I'm now going back in with the sparkly pink colour and putting that back all over my lid just to help the colour really be pigmented. And just because because I can, I'm going to pat even more of that sparkly pink colour using my fingers onto my lid, because I sometimes find that helps the colour go on even more pigmented, but you don't have to do that if you're happy with the colour. Finally, for the eyeshadow, going in with the colour called Champagne Truffle from the Chocolate Bar palette, and I'm going to be patting that on the inner corners of my eyes and on my brow bone, just to accentuate the brows. And putting it on the inner corner helps to make your eyes look bigger, brighter, and you look more wide awake, also just because it looks pretty as well. Right this minute I have decided that my brows were not dark and bold enough, so I'm going in with the Benefit Goof Proof pencil and just helping to make them look more defined and darker, to go with the more darker eye look. I can't tell you exactly what this one is, but I know it is a Rimmel gel eyeliner, and it is in the color black. I think it might be slightly sparkly, but you can hardly see it. And I'm just putting that on my top inner waterline, which can be a kind of an awkward thing to do, but it does make your eyes look darker if you're going for that look, which I am today. And then I'm putting it on the top of the lid, going along the top of my lash line, but only going about I guess 3/4 of the way in. Then using the other side of the eyeliner, it has like a smudgy thing to help smudge it out, so I'm just using that to smudge it out so it's not a defined line, and just kind of blend it in a bit more with my eyeshadow. Going in with my favorite mascara, Better Than Sex by Too Faced, and just really rolling that from the bottom up to the top of my lashes, just making sure I'm getting every bit of my lash covered with the colour. Also putting a light bit of it on my lower lashes, just to help my eyes stand out. This mascara is really good for volumizing them and making them look really nice, long and big. And the best way to get that is putting layers of it on. So do one eye then the other, then go back to the first eye, and each time you do that you'll see that they'll get bigger and longer and separated, and really good. If you're wondering what I'm listening to and dancing to, it is just one of my favorite go-to playlists on Spotify, Hot Hits Australia. I love that stuff. You just can't go wrong with that. Right now going in with Benefit Cheekathon palette and using a powder bronzer brush and putting the colour Hula, bronzing that down my cheeks and around my forehead and temples, just to help kind of frame my face really. Just adds a bit more dimension and colour to it. Then using the little brush from the palette and just with a bit of the Hula colour, putting that down my nose just to shape that a bit and define my contour just a little bit more. And today for contour I'm using a MAC matte bronzer and going in with a angled contour brush and sweeping that down under my cheekbones just to make them pop. Time for blush. I'm using a MAC Mineralizer blush in the colour Petal Power. This is such a pretty blush. It has like kind of gold bits in it and it just makes your cheeks just glow. Love it. highlighting, I'm using that colour Champagne Truffle, and I'm just with a small fan brush brushing that lightly on top of my cheeks, at the end of my nose, down on my Cupid's bow. If you have not smelt this palette, you need to. It smells heavenly. For lips today, I'm using a Kylie Jenner lip kit in the colour Koko K. It's kind of like what I'd explain a smoky kind of pinky colour. It's really pretty. And the lip liners go on so smoothly. They're just beautiful. I have personally found these lip kits to be so good. The colour lasts for ages, you can eat, you can drink, and the colour still stays on for so long. It is amazing. I would totally recommend. So that's the completed look for today's inspired Valentine's Day makeup look. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial and have taken maybe some tips on board, or are gonna try this look out. If you have any questions, comments about my makeup or what I've used today, please comment down below and I will reply to you. If you have really enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and of course subscribe to my channel, pretty please.